Monday Night Raw, Monday Night Raw. Where do we go from here tonight? There was a lot of good. There was a lot of bad. A lot of stuff I thought sucked. There was some newsworthy things. There were some things I didn't give a crap about. But let's start at the beginning with Kurt Angle, since, the Royal Rumble's coming up, and since Strowman and Kane, didn't have a decisive winner last week, Kurt Angle needs to do something. Who will face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble for the Universal Championship? Strowman came out, he wants his shot. Kane comes out, he wants his shot. He says he's been doing this destruction for over 20 years. And, Lesnar has some impressive, victims, including his brother, The Undertaker. And he says no one's going to stop him at the Rumble. Next thing you know, Paul Heyman's voice comes up and says, ladies and gentlemen. He introduces the reigning, defending, undisputed champion, Brock Lesnar. And as Brock comes out, he's pretty much in the ring with everybody. And as he's in the ring, Kurt Angle pretty much said his announcement really quickly, since it looks like he had fear. He was scared to announce. He says, alright, triple threat match. Lesnar, Kane, Strowman, Royal Rumble. There you go. Moving on. And then he got out of the ring. So it's almost like he was just kind of scared to even announce that and got out. Next thing you know, Strowman goes after Lesnar. Lesnar clotheslines him out there. Kane tries to choke slam him, but Brock hits him with one F5, and then Kane pretty much sat up. Then after that, as Lesnar looked surprised, and after Kane sat up. But this was predictable. I kind of saw this coming. Triple threat. I don't think people really care about this match, but because we know who's gonna win. And Kane, I don't know why Strowman had. I don't know why Lesnar took out Kane with one F5. And it just kind of makes him look weak, even though I know people don't even look at him as the odds-on favorite anyways, but don't make him look weak that we just don't think he's going to win in general now, which he most likely won't. And him sitting up didn't even get that over enough. So, yeah, this will be at the Royal Rumble. I don't think people are really going to care that much, but it's going to go down in this triple threat. I still don't know how Kane's getting a title shot, but literally, that tells you how you feel about Finn Balor, folks. So that idea about Finn Balor facing Lesnar in Royal Rumble, throw that out of your head right now, because there you go. Strowman, he's already lost to him. Kane, I don't know why he had a shot. Brock, we know he'll win and most likely go against Roman at the Rumble. At WrestleMania, which, by the way, there's no Roman on this show, but as Seth Rollins came out tonight, he was supposed to face Samoa Joe, but Jason Jordan came out and says he wants to face Joe, and Jordan says he feels like he deserves to get a shot at him. And, you're not the only one. So he wants to face him. And as Joe came out, he says, it looks like everybody wants me right now, huh? How about this? You two beat each other up. And after that, I'll beat the crap out of you and choke you out. And Seth Rollins says, listen, this match is already made. And Jordan can go look for his daddy's approval elsewhere. But we're doing this now. Jordan then pushed Rollins to the ground as Seth Rollins went against Jason Jordan. Joe was out there by ringside watching, which this match ate up a lot of time, by the way. And Seth Rollins won with his Rainmaker V-Trigger after pretty much knocking Joe down. Then, hitting a move on Seth Rollins, on Jason Jordan then. And after that, Joe and Rollins started going at it, but Joe hit a Uranagi on Rollins and started punching the crap out of him. And then clothesline on Jordan then, as Joe looked strong, pretty much taking out both guys as a huge threat. So, the match itself was good, but it was a good use out there with Rollins and Jordan, and Joe just being the guy lurking, getting ready to take anybody out by any second. Next thing you know, Seth Rollins, Ambrose, and Jordan were backstage, wondering what they're going to do about Joe. And pretty much Kurt Angle made the match. It was going to be Seth Rollins with mini shield right there, and Jason Jordan versus The Bar and Samoa Joe, which I feel like we've seen this match 1,000 times now. So we know Reigns is not here, so it's no Shield, but I feel like we've seen this match hella times, especially between the Shield and The Bar. It's like Well, we'll get into tag teams in a minute, but it's literally like no other tag teams on Monday Night Raw right now. So I just feel like we've seen this match over and over and over and over again. And it's like I feel like I've seen this 6-man tag forever. Bray Wyatt talked about Matt Hardy, or woken Matt Hardy. He is a jester. He is nothing. His little childish laugh, and he talked about the Great War, even though we've already seen the Great War in another company. But you know, this is a chess match now between him and Hardy. Finn Balor went against Miz Taraj. Kind of saw that coming. I don't know what Finn Balor did. I don't know if he kicked Axel in the face in that, but Axel's nose started bleeding. So that happened, but then both of them jumped him for the DQ. Next thing you know, Hideo Itami came out. Even though he's supposed to debut tomorrow night on NXT, Itami came out and helped Finn Balor, even though he's part of the Cruiserweight division now too. And Itami got an okay reaction. It's not like it was a huge NXT chant or anything. And I don't know if the guy, I don't even know if the crowd knew who Itami was, but this pretty much made a tag team match between both these guys. Itami won with the GTS, so that was good. Now, let me point out one more thing about Jason Jordan real quick before I move on with the Hideo Itami. It was one thing I noticed, that there was a lot of "this is boring" chants from him and Rollins tonight, and I don't know. I think Jordan just got that Roman level heat or X-Pac heat at this point. But as for Hideo Itami, though, listen, he won the GTS, but then again, it's like, why is he in the Cruiserweight division, though? I don't understand it. Listen, Itami's had a rough time in NXT, okay? And he's been in NXT for the longest, since, 2014, I believe. And yeah, he's been hurt about a couple times now, and that didn't really do him any favors. And, just kind of wonder, are the fans really going to care about Hideo Itami? I like Itami, but this was a good debut, as in, him being in the match, him teaming with Finn. But he's still going back to the Cruiserweight division tomorrow night on 205 Live. I don't think this is going to do him any favors. And by the way, let's just say he's not a heel, too. He was heel on NXT, but he was face tonight out here also. So I really don't understand why Itami's out here, but I guess he was friends with Finn Balor in NXT, and they did team each other at one point. So, yeah, but I don't know where Itami goes in the Cruiserweight division. No one cares about this. Dude, I don't even know why they got Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt part of these house shows they're doing, because they know they can't sell with just the Cruiserweights themselves. But we'll see where it goes. But, I'm really not a fan with the whole division itself. Tommy, it's just kind of like, he's going to do a heavyweight match, but now he's doing a cruiserweight match the next night. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me when I look at it. But we'll see where it goes. But he did debut tonight. Hopefully he has a better time on the main roster, because I was getting into the whole heel Hideo Itami thing on NXT, and I wish it could have kept going for a while. But I guess they say, hey, we have to throw him in the cruiserweight division. You run out of cruiserweights right now. 2 left. 1 has an uncertain future right now, and another one is hurt. So say, hey, we gotta move a Tommy in for some reason. But we'll see where that goes. I had to congratulate The Rock on his movie and a Walk of Fame. Enzo and Drew Gulak came out together as they did How You Doing, and talked about some Star Wars references and being a Master Jedi, and Gulak pretty much considered himself the Jar Jar Binks, and was about to do the PowerPoint until Cedric came out. And most of this whole match, I feel like it was interrupted by commentary by Enzo and them just arguing, and Booker T. Wow, I knew Booker T was bad on commentary, but I didn't think he was that bad on commentary. He's just to the point where you just kind of get tired of him. And he made some weird, stuff tonight, what I'll get into. Barry and Jason Jordan, that's one thing, but I'll get to the Oscar part later on in this video. But the match itself, pretty much Enzo had left to go. I guess he got the DMs from Nia Jax, and Gulak got distracted and Cedric hit the lumbar check. But it's nice, hey, Cedric got the win, that's good. Hopefully they get the belt off Enzo and give the title to somebody worthy now. But the match itself is just it's kind of whatever right now. Or and stuff. So I don't know where you're gonna go with that. I don't even know if I'm really interested to see Cedric versus Enzo in general. I don't even know if it'll be a good match in that. But hey, if we get the belt off Enzo, that's good. And maybe it'll be Gulak versus Enzo then. As Enzo went to talk to Nia Jax then, and smiling and stuff. And Gulak it came up, and you know, he had I think he had a bloody nose in a way, saying he was sorry to Enzo, and he let him down in the Zo train. And pretty much Nia Jax says another time Enzo, and she pretty much kind of rubbed him off a little, touching his chest, and Gulak tried to apologize, and Enzo said, "Do you know how bad you messed up?" Asuka went against Alicia Fox. I'm surprised Alicia Fox got a lot of offense in. Booker T's commentary once again trying to say, you gotta go out there and win it every night, and pretty much Cole and Graves had to say she's been undefeated for like 3 years. She hasn't lost a match. So what are you talking about? Like, it kind of immediately shut down Booker T. Because almost like, she hasn't lost a match yet. So what do you mean you got to go out there and win every night? She's won every night. She's done it for like 3 years. She hasn't lost yet. She's still undefeated. So I don't know what Booker T's talking about, but it makes no sense from him half the time on commentary. I see why people keep going at him. The Bar and Samoa Joe went against Rollins. Were pretty much Mini Shield and Jason Jordan. Pretty much the thing about this match was Dean Ambrose's arm after Seth had a suicide dive, and they said Dean tweaked his arm as pretty much Sheamus and him hit the bro kick on Seth and pretty much won the match then. So even though it looked like his arm never got hit, it really didn't. Now some people think Dean Ambrose is injured and they're trying to write him out the show or something, because then later on when they checked them, pretty much the Bar and Samoa Joe attacked him and Rollins, and Joe knocked some giant thing on Ambrose's arm. I don't know if that takes him out for a minute or so. I don't know where that was gonna go. So maybe I don't know if he's taken out for the next few weeks, but they kept talking about his arm. One thing, and this is where the show gets worse, folks. And there was a limo, and guess who gets out of it to ruin the rest of the show? Stephanie McMahon. What is she here for? I don't know. Most likely to emasculate some guy on the show and make him look weak most of the time, and make them look like a bitch most of the time. Matt Hardy. Now, at least they didn't do the back and forth thing, but I am getting tired of the woken scream though. Matt Hardy was playing chess with a goldfish named Napoleon, and he would see him on the battlefield as he will get his vessel back, and the battlefield of the WWE. Wonderful it was. He was going to be strategic in playing this game of chess. And him and Bray Wyatt and Sister Abigail, even though Randy Orton kills Sister Abigail, will be deleted, delete. So there were allowed delete chants. At least it wasn't the back and forth screen, but the laugh is getting a little bit too much though. It wasn't the same thing as last week, but it's just, I don't know where. It's like they feel like they keep doing the same thing in the same room with Matt Hardy. But hey, he talked to a goldfish this week, and he played chess with a goldfish, so that's something. A return tonight, the Revival, even though they didn't get a reaction. So hey, the Revival, the Revival, fuck the Revival. Cody Rhodes right there would say that. But yeah, overall the Revival's back, so at least that gives something to the tag team division again. I don't know why they got the Titus brand out there, mostly working on the catering tonight with Dana Brooke. It's like, what are they scouting the Revival now to see what team they face, as they pretty much beat Rhino and Slater. Yeah, even though they didn't get a reaction, they bring bigger reaction. Pretty much Shatter Machine, and they won. But yes, the Revival is back. I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if they're trying to put him against the Titus brand or not, but or worldwide. But it is good to see the Revival back, though. Hopefully the tag team division gets better, because the only people they got going for the titles right now is the Shield, and we've seen this like several times, because there's barely any tag teams on there, and the tag teams they do have are not even taken as a threat, or they've been buried several times, like Gallows and Anderson or Rhino and Slater. And Kurt Angle pretty much had to come tell Rhino and Slater, like, you want more opportunities, you're gonna need to step it up. We haven't seen these guys on TV in God knows how long, and now Rhino says you need to change your attitude. So I guess they're gonna toughen him up now or something. I don't know where that's gonna go, but we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, it was good to see the Revival back in action. Elias came to sing his song, talked about the Deflategate jabs and Tom Brady, and he had a song for Roger Goodell, which I was kind of laughing when he said that. Sasha comes out then, and thank you for joining. And then Mickey James came out, and they said, hey, I don't usually like to interrupt it, but hey, the women love to walk with Elias. And then when Bayley came out, he walked away, and Bayley wanted to hug, but no hug from Elias. Bayley tried to give out. And I kind of know where this was going in the main event of how this was going to play with freaking Stephanie. So yeah, and Absolution came out. This match went nowhere. DQ. And then they start Paige's group starts beating up everybody. Nia comes out, does the save, and pretty much hits a double Samoan drop on both women, and as Paige attacked her from behind. And then the rest of the women come out and brawl. And dude, this was the stupidest thing. This was so fucking stupid to me. The minute Stephanie McMahon's music hit, all the women just stopped fighting each other. It's like, we got held down to bow down to the queen bitch now, so it makes no sense. So it's like they just immediately they just all brawled with each other in the ring, fighting Paige's group. But as soon as her music hit, everybody just stands in shock, and it's like they had to bow down to her almost. I thought that looked silly. That looked horrible. And I knew Stephanie was going to come out here, and I think a lot of people knew where this was going, and talked about the women's revolution, which I just keep saying there never was a revolution, and talked about the Divas to the women's division, and Mae Young, and Moolah, and talked about the whole women in Abu Dhabi match, and about Hope, and talking about the first ever women's Hell in a Cell, which that was not really a good match in the beginning, and should never been the main event. It was okay, but I don't think that was a good match. Money in the Bank, I'll give that a pass. I enjoyed both Money in the Bank women's matches. That was good. That was not a bad one. But the Hell in a Cell one was not good. So where are we gonna go with this? Where are we gonna go with this? We're gonna make history again, as Stephanie says. We're gonna have a women's Royal Rumble match, and it's so weird. And then she says, "Yeah, I think that deserves a yes chant." All the women just start hugging each other. Like, got Bliss hugging Jax out there, and Jax is hugging Stephanie. First off, we all were just kicking the living crap out of each other like literally 5 minutes ago, and now we're all saying, "Hey, it's a women's Royal Rumble match. We can all hug each other now." Are there 30 women on both Raw and SmackDown? I don't know. Will we see people from NXT? Most likely. People from the Mae Young Classic? Most likely. Okay, like, I'm not really down with this whole women's Royal Rumble match. I think it's just for WWE to push some type of propaganda, or, we gotta force this. It felt forced. That's what it felt. It felt really forced. It didn't feel organic. Both women's divisions on both shows have been booked horribly, really, when you look at it. And, I'm just looking at this as we're really going to go with this match. I knew there were rumors being thrown around, but when they keep putting all these women on Raw and SmackDown now from NXT, and giving Paige a group, and then the Riot Squad, and it's just like, where is this going to go? Seriously, where is this going? So I just don't know how they're going to do with that. Yeah, the crowd liked what she said, but it's just like, it's just like hearing it from Stephanie just kind of doesn't even make it genuine. It's just some corporate move, okay? It's just some corporate. It's just like a corporate answer. Hey, we got a women's Royal Rumble match now. I don't think it's gonna be good. We already got one Royal Rumble match. Do we really need two Royal Rumble matches? Because I think it diminishes the regular one in a way, and I haven't liked the Royal Rumble in a couple of years now. Yeah, and I haven't liked the Royal Rumble in a couple of years now, so it's like it starts off good, and then like stuff hits the fan that the fans start to hijack the Royal Rumble. Okay, like it really does. So I don't not really 100% with this idea right now. I really not. It just felt like very corporate coming from Stephanie. Like, it's not genuine, but the silliest part of that was when they just stopped fighting each other as soon as her music hit. It just looked so silly. It really did. So yeah, it's a women's Royal Rumble match, but right now I'm not really down with it right now. Okay, like I don't know. Hell in a Cell, they did that, but it wasn't that good. Money in the Bank was good. Like I said before, Money in the Bank was good. Hell in a Cell should never been the main event of that show, and it just wasn't that good. It just wasn't that good. It's okay, but not good. This match here, time will tell, but I feel like I'm gonna see a lot of botchiness from that match. It's gonna be a lot of women botching in that match for some reason. Like, come on, we saw that cluster last night at a Clash of Champions. How that was going, it just felt like a cluster out there. So I should have known once the women main evented the show tonight and Stephanie being there. It's like, here we go, announce a women's Royal Rumble match. But yeah, like I said, it was just odd. It's just kind of like we go fighting each other and we're all laughing and hugging in the ring, and just pretty strange to me. It really was. So right now, I'm not really down with two Royal Rumble matches, but hey, this thing want to go with. We'll see where it goes, I guess. So like I said before, we'll see both Raw and SmackDown women on there, but like I said, expect people to be from NXT to be on there, or maybe people from the Indies, or maybe mostly people from the Mae Young Classic. So get ready. As for the show tonight, it's like hit or miss. We had a Tommy debut. We had the Revival return. We had Brock Lesnar return, even though it was just for like 5 minutes, and then he'll disappear for the next few weeks until the Rumble. Yeah. Next week, John Cena comes back to Raw in my hometown, Chicago, Illinois. Raw will be live on Christmas night, which I'm really still surprised they're doing Raw on Christmas anyways. But listen, I will not be going to that show. Most likely I will be playing with my gifts or something, or whatever gift I get, or most likely be playing video games all day, or doing whatever. But as of this time, yeah, I'm not going to the Raw or SmackDown next week, on pretty much, back to back, one in Christmas and then next night SmackDown. I do regret not going to SmackDown last year at the end of the year when they had that very great show and that like almost like pay-per-view level with those 3 title matches, and John Cena returned on SmackDown last year. But yeah, I'm not going to Raw on Christmas night. I'm just, it's not worth it. It's really not. I don't even know if there will be a lot of people there now. Maybe it will. I don't know. But I'm surprised the show wasn't even taped. But hey, if it's live, whatever. Will I do a review next week for it? I don't even know if I will or not. I probably will doubt it. Maybe if I do, maybe if I don't. It depends how busy I am. It's like Christmas, like automatic day off. I don't care. So I'll probably be playing video games all day. But this Raw tonight it had its moments here and there. Hey, Matt Hardy talked to a fishbowl tonight. So, yeah, had a couple returns, a couple debuts, and the announcement of this Women's Royal Rumble match, which I just not really down with right now. So I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace, comment, subscribe. Check out my Clash of Champions review and live reactions posted up right now. Peace out.